Give me a second. And we're recording. We good. We're good to go. What is up, y'all? It's Thursday. I'm not going to make this class super long or super stupid or super excessive. I'm going to cover this gold move. I'm going to cover how to even recognize this gold move, because you guys know I love me some gold. I'm going to show you guys the pairs from last week. I'm going to show you guys how the JXY and the DXY and stuff play into these moves, because that is something you guys can definitely incorporate into y'all's learning, because that JXY, man, we don't trade it. We don't trade the DXY also, but it can help you find when the turnaround is going to happen. As I tell you guys a lot of times on classes before, there's a lot of things going on at one time. And definitely those JXY and DXY moves are one of them. So first thing I'm going to do is show you guys this gold move. If you guys are in my money team chat, there is no reason at all why you should not have gotten this trade. I give you guys the whole setup basically. If you guys have a question too, also drop that joint in the chat. But so how this thing looked in the beginning. So I always tell y'all on these calls, the trend is your friend. This right here is from, what's the date on the 10th? This is from Tuesday. On Tuesday, you saw, okay, this is big blue right here. It's part of the cipher pattern. Don't worry about that right now. But you guys see these two trend lines coming up. Look how price is respecting these trend lines right there. There's touches, 1, 2, 3, another touch, a break and a retest, a rejection, all the good moves that shows you that price is respecting this trend line. It's respecting both of these trend lines. And it's just riding both of these. So what I told you guys was gold broke one trend line, meaning it broke the top one. When it breaks the one it just rejected, which was the bottom one, look for the sell to happen. That was the first post that I said. Next post, where's it at? Next post, right? Yeah. This is when price started breaking down. What do you see? I literally showed you guys step by step how to get into this trade. This is the second post. Price broke that bottom trend line. You see it? This is where it originally rejected from. It finally broke it. So when it finally broke this trend line, the next move, where's it at? Go down some more. The next move, when I said price look real break and retestish, what I meant by that is, for you guys who've been in my session before, you know how break and retest work. When price finally broke that trend line nicely, there was a big candle down there under that. It broke it nicely. It came back to retest it and started wicking off of it. Started wicking off that thing. Now, conversely, same thing happened over here. And this, it's hard for me to just show you guys with the zoom in tool, but you guys see it, price broke it. A big red candle down, pushed up, a nice green candle. Next one, retested off it. It's like a 100 pip move down right there. Price did not stay under, but when it came down again, broke and retested again. This is your retest. This big green candle right here that engulfed that. This is your retest. This is just showing that, okay, price is just trying this trend line again. We're finally under it again. We're trying it again. So when it tried it this time, what happened? This joint went stupid. It went dumb. Look at this. So this is the same move. Let me go over here on the 15-minute, scroll over. This is that. Oops, I didn't even grab that. This is that same area right here. Where's my box at? I'm looking for a hotspot. It's the same move. This is your break of that trend line. I made this a different color so it stands out, make it pink. This is your break of this trend line. This was your retest. This green candle right here. This right here. This is your retest. So at this point, this is your opportunity to sell. When I told you guys this looks real break and retest, that's your time to sell, because the break and retest means what's coming next? A rejection. That move happens over and over and over again. And the rejection on this joint was nasty. It was real nasty. Let me show you guys how nasty this joint was. Let me X. This joint went for, if you wrote it down to the next level of support, you would have had 300 pips. If you wrote down to the next major daily level, you would have had 400 pips. If you rode this joint all the way down to the next major trend line, you would have had 600 pips. But the max this thing went is 950 pips down from that rejection right there. So you don't have to worry about all this movement over here. Did not matter. None of this mattered right here. I mean, this could technically be a ugly head and shoulders. I mean, this is a big dip right here, but it's an ugly head and shoulders there. But you know what's funny about this head and shoulders being so ugly? I tell you guys all the time on the head and shoulders, what happens? Price comes up from somewhere, and then it finds support. You see, this is like the support zone right here. It found support right here, made a head, made another shoulder, and then it just kind of stair-stepped its way down very ugly, but it went all the way back where it came from. Like literally all the way back where it came from. Look at that. Crazy head and shoulders on there. Now, I saw this head and shoulders on there, but I did not mark it up for you guys in the chat because I didn't want y'all being confused. Like, okay, that head and shoulders look a little bit weird because this dip right here. That dip is just price going to respect and going to retest that trend line. That's all it was doing. So, as I tell you guys all the time, you don't have to chase everything. That's how you caught the move off the head and shoulders. Yeah, because it's there. Malcolm said that's how you caught the move off the head and shoulders. It's there. It's ugly, but it's there. So that thing dropped down 900 pips. That could have changed somebody's life. And that's one move. That's literally just one move that we caught. 900 pips down. Now, I said we covered the gold move, which I did. It was a break and retest. You guys just know gold loves trend lines. I remember I showed you guys my old gold chart and it had like 100 trend lines on it. It's because gold loves those trend lines. Like I try not to go too trend line happy on this one I'm showing you guys, but this trend line's here galore. If I hide some of this stuff off of here, if I hide this cipher and hide this other, where do I hide this now? Wrong thing. Yep. If I hide this cipher like I was trying to do, hide this, then I hide this giant cipher on here. So you guys will see that this trend line is coming all the way up and across this. Let me thin this out real quick so it's not too crazy. That's a major trend line right there though. And this is a major level of support right here. So all of these diagonal lines are trend lines. These are all colored up on a different, going a different angle. But guess what? You can have multiple trend lines going different directions because trends, they're everywhere. I went to this last class, I want to say, they're literally everywhere. And now, what's so nice about trends is that if you look at this area right here, it was respecting these two green trend lines. Now, me having so much trend line information on here, that I have these trends coming at a different angle right here. You see them coming up? I know it's a lot going on, but it's these ones coming up right here, the yellow one and the pink one and the red one, they're coming up at a different angle. Look how price respects those two. Price has been respecting those trend lines too. So it's a different trend, but it's going in the same direction. So it's showing me that when price pushes down, there's a high chance it's going to come back where? To one of these trend lines. So look where it went at. It stopped right at this last trend line right here, which is a highly respected trend line. Look at this. Look at that respect. Put some respect on my line. Look at that respect right there. On the same line. Look at all the respect on that same red trend line right there. Make it a little bit fat so you guys can see because it's easier to see that way. Fat line right there. Bam. Look at all the respect on that trend line right there. All the way in the past. Look at all the respect on that line. It's crazy. So gold loves those trend lines. It kind of gravitates towards them. So just by me knowing that, I know there's a high chance that I can be hitting some take profits there. Because gold loves them trend lines. So now, on to that UJ move real quick. I just showed you guys if you were looking at it a second ago. Yeah, this little Gartley, I dropped this in the chat too. I don't know if this was on a session on Monday or if I just dropped this in the chat. But this little UJ Gartley went off. Went off with minimal drawdown. If you guys were on Ray's session last night, you'll see that Ray and I trade these patterns a little differently, but the result's the same. A W is a W. A W is a W. Now, no, every pattern does not win. That ain't how it works. If every pattern won, we all would be millionaires, but that ain't how it works. Every pattern is not gonna win. But for the most part, they do the thug dizzle. I had so many patterns on this pair that I covered on a daily time frame on Monday, and this was the ugliest cipher I've seen ever in my life. Not the ugliest, but one of the ugliest ciphers I've seen in my life. And this joint still went off for like 400 pips. You guys see it right here, ghosted out. I don't even make this bad boy bold because it's so ugly. I'm trying to keep it in the dark. But basic cipher. I know the cipher looks really wonky because price did wick past 618 for B, and then 786 was right here. But price still dropped down for more than 400 pips on that. So I mean, yeah, money was still made. Like I always say, you guys, it don't have to be pretty and look perfect to make money. It doesn't have to. If it's gonna win, it's gonna lose. You got two options: win or lose. Now, what I see on this, I told you guys on Monday also that there's three things that can probably happen on this. Either price is going to come down, hit one of these trend lines and turn around and get stuck up in here and do this little dance and then make its way up. Or it's going to hit one of these and then just drop down. Now, what it did was it dropped down and look at this long wick. It didn't even stay under there at all. So what it did was it tested this bottom trend line, rejected hard, and now it's back up. For a maximum of, you could have gotten on this a maximum of 600. Ooh, that's a lot of pivots right there. But you see how prices, it just wicked off of that? It's just testing that trend line. That's all it did. So you could have had some nice profit on this ugly cipher. Now, what I still see it pushing up. My main reason for that is because this is still a head and shoulders on here. It has not completed yet. Right here. Still a head and shoulders on there. What we need price to do, go back from where it came from, which is up here. This is what we need. We still need that to happen. So if you're not in this, I'm not gonna say hopping in now, because I mean price might do its little dance in this little zone. But yeah, I mean it's tomorrow's Friday anyway, so ain't no major moves gonna happen. Something might happen depending on how this coronavirus is doing, all this craziness going on. But yeah, I mean I still want to see this complete up here back at X before it makes its real move. Now, I'm not gonna cover every pair I went over. Let me see what else I got in here that I covered. What does this do? What is this? This is GBP, JPY. This one might have lost. Let me see. Every pattern don't win. I don't even know what patterns even that on here. Oh yeah, this one hit stop loss. I talked about this earlier in the chat. This one hit stop loss. Didn't do it. Did me dirty. Did me dirty. I hope you guys know that I'm seeing this at the same time as y'all. What is this? There's a pattern on here too. Okay. For reference, I rarely ever trade the bat pattern, by the way. So we can see what this did. I see him, but I don't trade him. Oh, I just covered this. I'm tripping. What am I doing? I'm looking at the wrong thing. What did this do? Oh, that joint went off. Oh my goodness. I dropped this in the chat earlier too. A little bat pattern went off. And here it is right here. That was the before. That was the after. Did this thug dizzle. Did this thing. Made some magic. Did a little razzle dazzle, all that. So I mean, I still see this joint pushing up higher. Main reason, because there's still a gap on this. What else did I drop in the chat? Let me see. Oh, this one over here let me down. NZD CAD. This was from, I want to say yesterday. This was the NZD CAD move right here. And this is what happened on it. Where is it at? Look at that. Look at that movement, but it missed entry. Missed entry by about 16 pips and then proceeded to go for 200. The disrespect. Which chat? My main chat with my team is called the Money Team. That's my main team chat. I drop patterns in there all day because I have no life apparently. No, I'm joking, but I do drop chats in there. Not chats in there. I do drop charts in there all day. I was about to tongue twist myself just now. So yeah, there's that. So about this DXY, about this JXY. Let me go to this daily real quick. So the JXY, I covered this. Oh, what pair was I on just now? I just saw something on there that I forgot about. Do we have to be under you? I usually have people who are under me in my chat because I mean they usually participate the most and they want to see what's going on. I don't even, okay, so this is the thing, right? The person whoever iPhone is, I don't know who you are, so I can't add you anyway. So you're gonna have to message me on Telegram because I have no idea who you are because it just says iPhone. I'm just going through real quick and seeing everything we got. Oh, this EJ is playing out nicely too. It's building up for a nice pattern. It's actually making another one. It's actually making a pattern in the pattern. So whoever iPhone is, just drop your Telegram name. I'll add you to the group. Let me see. This could be something else forming up right here too. Could be potential Gartley forming inside of Gartley. We'll see. Let me scroll down and see what else we got though. Another potential stuff forming up. I'm just let those do what they're gonna do because sometimes I'll see these moves and I just don't hop into them yet. Oops. I just don't hop into them off the rip. I just let them do what they're gonna do first before I draw something up on it. Let me see what else we got. What else we got? Did I mark anything else up besides patterns that went all the way off? I guess not. Okay, back to what I was going to say about this good old JXY. Did this actually complete or did it not complete? Let me see. This one never completed. Did me dirty. All right, I got you. I will add you to the group. But back to this JXY thing. So the JXY, we do not trade it, but what it does is it gives us a idea of where price is going to go at. Just know that if the JXY is high, any whatever JPY pair is going to be low. They're all inverse. Let me hide this real quick so it's clear. So you see how this is pushing down. If I add the JXY on here, add the JXY on here. Look at that. They're exactly opposite. The JXY, can you add me to the group, please? I got you. If the JXY is on here, look at this. This is USD JPY. These are literally exactly the opposite. So look at GJ and see what it does. Where the hell is that? Okay, there you go. GJ, exactly opposite. CAD-J, hey, look, exactly opposite. Chef JPY, try it again. Oh my God, it's exactly opposite. Euro JPY, oh, look, surprise, surprise. It is exactly opposite. I need to keep on going to explain, guys, show you guys what I'm seeing. NZD JPY, hey, look, it's the opposite. One more time, just for good measure. 80 JPY, hey, look, surprise, surprise, it's opposite. So since we have this information, remember now this orange line is the JXY. Now the regular candles are the whatever JPY pair. So if it's, I'm gonna type on the screen real quick, just so you guys have know this reference in case you guys don't know this. Anything, I'm gonna say XXX / JPY. It's gonna be opposite. How I can spell opposite? Opposite of the JXY. So how does that information help you do anything with trading? How this helps is because now you know this is inverse. You can go to the JXY and let's say, that's not smart. Let's say you find a pattern on the JXY. For instance, recently I found a cipher on the JXY. I found this cipher way before it even got anywhere near complete. And I'm sure you guys on my other charts real quick. Let me find it in the chat real quick. It came, hold up real quick. I got a message. It came, I'm struggling. I can't multitask, it's hard. Okay, I'm good. So let me find this thing real quick on the JXY. I'm searching, here you go, look at that. Look at that. So this is I got too many tabs open. I'll close some of these out real quick before I make myself crazy. So this is the after of that cipher on the JXY. Now, I trade Harmonics heavily, almost, I'm gonna say probably 80% of my trades are based on Harmonics and the other 20% are based on basics and what I see. Like the break and retest or a strong buy zone or a strong sell zone or it's the basic stuff. But the basic stuff goes hand in hand with Harmonics. Now, this pattern was drawn up so early that I was like, I told my team that whenever the JXY completes this pattern, it is going to, this is literally what it says. JXY overlaid with the USD JPY exact opposite. It's going to need JPY to do a little turnaround for all these JPY pairs. And you guys saw, that's where all those patterns came from, in the JPY pairs. Look at this. So this is way back when I first drew this pattern on here. And this is all the way back in November. Look at that. God dang. This thing was taking a long time to do what it's going to do. But it finally did what it was supposed to do. And when it got there, that joint took off. Look at that. Bam, all the way off. So again, we can't trade this, but what does it show me? That when price got down here, them JPY pairs are going to turn around. And you saw that since these are opposite, let me go to this one right here. Since you saw these are opposite, when it got down there, all those JPY pairs turned around. Now, on the flip side, look how small this pattern is down here. The smallest little, that's the same big cipher pattern just now. Look how small it is in the grand scheme of things. So after this skyrocketed off the freaking moon, I was like, all right, a Gartley formed up. So what I did was, on the JXY again, I drew up this Gartley, and this is, I think this is on one of my sessions too. I drew up this Gartley pattern on the JXY. And again, it's just giving me more information that I literally said, JPY index, that little cipher went stupid, but look at this setup of the Gartley. So this was the Gartley setup. Let me drop this for y'all. Bam. Look how green this area is. Look where price is at. Just remember, the blue line right here is price. It's at 97.8. That's where price is at. You guys see anything closer than that? You guys see where price is at on this JXY. This little green area is our sell zone if we could sell this. But since we can't sell this, you still can use it. My internet connection is unstable. How dare you? But okay, fix yourself, internet. Since we can't trade that, what we can do is use it to apply what's going on. So by me knowing there's a high chance, okay, example of me utilizing all the stuff I know to make one move. I'll make this nice and fat for you real quick. Fat line, bam. And I'll use this right here too, fat line. These two thick black lines are drawn on the daily level, right? Now, right there, you have a cross of a daily trend line coming up and a daily level of resistance. What does that mean? That is an ideal spot for price to turn around in. And look what happened. Look how far price dropped down. I don't know how to read pips on here. It doesn't matter because I'm not reading pips on here because we can't trade this. I don't know what negative 35 means, but it makes no difference because all it's showing me is that price dropped way down. On that price drop down, that is chance for you to get in this good old buy. Because I actually covered another class that I had a really big pattern on USD JPY. I draw on this one. I drew on one of these things, man. I can't remember. I draw too much pattern on too many things. This has a million lines on it. I hate it. I hate it so much, but it gets the job done. Is this the pattern right here? That what I was looking for? Nope. Old pattern. Old pattern. Old pattern. I got too much patterns hidden in this thing, man. But it don't make a difference. Either way it go, I drew up on a couple sessions ago, might have been 5 sessions ago, a really, really big Gartley pattern on here. Now, if you guys don't see it, it is right here. I mean, I'm gonna do. Go back to this real quick. I'm gonna show you guys this big. Oh, there it is. Let me hide this last Gartley pattern real quick because it's causing a mess on here. This is ugly. I'm gonna hide this little fib too. The one already hit take profit. We're good to go. These diagonal lines can actually go away too because they're not important right now. Where are they at? Go away. Go away. Go away. Go away. None of this stuff is important to what I'm trying to show you guys right now. So now that all those are gone, look at this big fib, right? You guys see it? So this big Gartley pattern that was on here coincided, well, they went hand in hand with this big Gartley on the JXY, right here. So when this completed, so did this. And if you guys know what the heck I'm talking about, I'm going to go X to A to B, B to C, C to D at 886. Now this joint proceeded to take off hot low 400 pips. Now, look at how exactly opposite this Gartley is with this Gartley. This is one right here. I'm gonna hide this cipher real quick so you guys aren't confused or looking at too much stuff. But look how opposite that is. Just by knowing what is coming, how can I lose? I know I say that all the time on my sessions to you guys, but if you know what's coming, how can you lose? You see that you have a big daily diagonal level coming up. You have a big daily level right here of resistance. That's 2 chances for prices to turn around on there. And then you have, the heck? They said market's closed just now. I'm just confused just now. Let me see what's going on. I know the market's open. Oh, yeah, that was just tripping for a second. You guys see, as soon as that price hit, this joint turned around. So that's just giving me another level of confirmation. The more confirmation you have to get into a trade, the better. Like, understand, you guys here, you want to learn harmonics and stuff. A harmonic itself is an indicator. Like, you don't have to use a scanner or anything to find an indicator for this. The harmonic itself is the indicator. It's indicating you to get in this trade. But on top of that, all of us know one indicator usually ain't enough. You want to have as much confidence going into this trade as possible. And with this one, you would have literally had, what is this? 90 pip drawdown? You would think, but not so much. Let me show you why you would not have any drawdown on this. Because if I go from B to C, which I use to find my money zone on my Gartley pattern, right? So that's my B to C. And let me see. It would have been this little green box right here. Let me make this green money zone. Bam. So by having this green box right here, I have 2 entries on this. My second entry would have only yielded me negative 65 pips and then skyrocketed for 400. So I mean, that's a 1 to 10, literally a 1 to 10 risk to reward ratio. You can't, well, so you can beat that, but you can't beat that on a harmonics. Like, that's pretty damn good. Pretty dang good. Now, I know these charts are messy because these are my old charts, but if I show you guys on any of these moves, okay, let me get this off here. This is too much going on. There's too much going on. Oh no, it's the wrong thing. I need to turn this off. Get out of here. So if I show you guys this on anything, you will see that all of these turned when that Gartley happened. Like even this long wick right here, you guys see? I do something here when this is hidden. Let me see. Yeah, I can. 400 plus pips. CAD JPY. It's still got a gap on it. But look at the wick and look at the candle that followed it. Look at the wick. Look at that candle. What is this from the bottom to the top? 350 pips. These are big moves. Same thing here. Because I said this moves are opposite. So this is that wick where that big Gartley completed at. Joint went up 300, full 300 pips right there. I need to go on and do the same thing over and over again. But I'm showing you guys, just by having that knowledge of what could possibly happen there, you know, again, if you know what's coming, how can you lose on it? Because that JXY is literally showing you, all right, when this joint hit, we going off. Now, on the flip side, we have the DXY. I always say flip side, but same difference. Let me turn my stuff back on real quick. On this JXY, I don't have it marked up. This DXY, I don't have it marked up. DXY, it's kind of JXY. This is just the US dollar index. I can't talk. This is the US dollar index, like an index finger. Same thing. But the thing that sucks about the DXY, you can only see this on the 1 hour time frame, which is whack. I mean, not 1 hour time frame, the daily time frame. You can't go down to the 1 hour. You can't go down to the 4 hour. You can't see the 15-minute on this. I think unless you have a certain kind of account. I don't have that account. All I can see is the daily. So in the daily, all I'm looking at is how price is moving. So I know that when price needs to rebound, that gold is going to drop. So by me knowing this, that gives me more confirmation when this big gold drop. Let me show you, for example, if I overlay let me go back to the DXY real quick. Let me put some good old USD, no, XAU USD real quick on here. There you go. There he is. Let me put this on here real quick, right? Why is this using the line chart? It don't matter. I know why. So you see, look how this gold, remember this blue right here is gold. These candles are the US dollar. What is this showing you? As soon as this dollar started recovering, look what happened to gold. It dropped. Literally, it's a mirror image. I mean, this move right here, this push up right here looks identical, right? But actually it's not, because the real move that's opposite is this one right here. You see when it's not exaggerated as the DXY is, but you see this movement down right here. See this right here? This is when price was climbing. Like they kind of go opposite. So everything that happened is happening kind of the same, but inversely. So they both seem to be going up at the same time. But you see when this dollar started to recover, this joint dropped off. So by me knowing that the dollar had to recover, I knew that gold was going to have a drop off at the top. And it's kind of funny that this drop off at the top almost lines up with this trend line up here. You see it? That daily trend line right there. But that's just another confirmation to show me that, okay, when this joint gets up here, it's going to drop. If this US dollar turns, which it has to, because remember this, nothing moves in a straight line forever. It's not possible. It's definitely not possible. Let me turn this off. It ain't possible. So this right here was that all this drop that we saw coming with the break and retest and everything was all part of the plan. I covered on Monday how those crazy spikes in the market, it threw some people off. It had some people scared, like, oh my God, I don't know what the heck is going on. But all those things, part of the plan, these long wicks right here, still formed patterns. They still did things that made patterns appear or disappear or confirm or not confirm. When you have something like this big right here, like a spike this big, what you do is you go to a higher time frame, because I can bet you this long wick is going to get filled. And if it doesn't get filled, it's going to be a leg for another harmonic pattern somewhere. Let me see, we got gaps, we got long crazy wicks. Let me zoom out real quick. How long that wick is right there. Like literally just by looking at this, it's giving you basic move. This is just stair stepping this way up. Like if I draw some trend lines across this, I can bet you this was the jump off point of a break and retest, and that was the super overextension of that break and retest right there. We got this, the daily. I'm just showing you guys how you might see something in the market like this. Look at that crazy long wick. They happen. They happen from time to time, but they're just making happen what was supposed to happen anyway. This is like a crazy head and shoulders on this right here. And guess what happened? Price went back. Wait for this pop up real quick. Bam. Price went right back to where it came from, on this ugly head and shoulders. And I always say the ugly because it's not the prettiest, but guess what? What we got? Shoulder, head, shoulder. And what price do? It went right back where it came from, all the way down there, 500 plus pips. Like I always say in the group chat, trading isn't hard. It's really not hard. It's just training your eyes to see what you're looking for. If you look at this closely, this might be a really big pattern here. It's going to take forever in the day to complete, but it's there. This is definitely a giant bat pattern. If you guys don't see it, we have X to A to B, B to C, C to D right there. It's a big bat pattern on here. Like again, it's going to take forever in the day to complete. But that long wick down is just showing you that price is moving in a direction. So it's a high chance that it's going to keep on going. Like it's going to complete at some point. And by the way, things is consolidating and then moving, consolidating and then moving. A lot of pairs do that. Almost all of them do that actually. Consolidate and then moving. It's just showing you that whenever you see some sideways dancing around the market like this, and then you see it slowly like doing this like slowly, something else gonna happen. It's gonna be like, bam, I'm down here. We out here. It's gonna be like, all right, I'm playing. I'm coming back. That's what it's doing. It's gonna leave you and come right back. I'm just giving you guys a heads up, fair warning on that. And I bet you this USD CHF looks a lot like the US dollar move, don't it? That giant drop down and then that hit that zone and then recovered. And it just happened to be, maybe it was a coincidence, probably 99% it wasn't a coincidence, that this zone finished out that head and shoulders. When I covered head and shoulders for you guys last Thursday and talked about it again on Monday, I told you guys that I don't know the algorithms behind all this trading stuff. I don't know all of it, okay? I'm not a genius. I'm not a trading nerd. I'm just a guy who is learning this just like you guys learning this, except I just, I see things a little bit different. But could it be a coincidence that this happened to drop down with this giant head and shoulders that to complete the same time the US dollar dropped down on DXY? I mean, it could be a coincidence. Probably ain't. But look at that move. It looks literally exactly the same. That is the same move. All those pips that fell down, and then it came right back. Coincidence? I'm going to say no. I'm going to say it's not a coincidence. Look at that. The same move right there. Do you guys have any questions about anything I just talked about? I know I'll be speed talking sometime with here. I'm trying to get through all this information. I'll be over here speed talking. I'll be like talking. I'm like on here trying to sell stuff at auction. I'm just auctioning off information. That's all I'm doing. I remember this cipher pattern. This is from like when I draw this cipher pattern up. This had to be the first week in February, and this joint went off. Love when the plan comes together. I always have my first take profit as the safe take profit. Everything after that is icing on the cake. So like you see how it hit the safe take profit and then decided to implode, which it did. Well, I won't say implode. It decided to melt. But yeah, I mean, if you guys don't know that head and shoulders move, get friendly with it because that head and shoulders it's going to make your pockets fat. And it's such a simple move. And if you guys do not know the head and shoulders move, go back on my YouTube channel, which is El Modern Trades, and look at my head and shoulders class. Literally, you can't miss it because the icon of it is a giant blue and red head and shoulders on it. Matter of fact, when I upload this video to YouTube, I'm going to attach that head and shoulders video on here. But these harmonics, man, they be winning. Again, not correct English, but they be winning. They do what they're supposed to do. They follow the rules. If your pattern does not follow the rules, do not chase the pattern. Like it's literally just that simple, and it'll keep you from setting yourself up so much. Now, on the flip side, for you guys who are, I see some names on here who want to be added to the group. If you have me on Telegram or in a group me on Telegram, send me a message so that I can find you more easily. I know somebody already has, but if you want to find me more easily, send me a message on Telegram, and I will definitely be sure to add you guys to it. Now, I'm not making this class long tonight. Matter of fact, I might cut this joint off right here and make this video a little bit short. I talked about the JXY, the DXY, that sexy 950 pip gold move, this UJ little Gartley right here, and there's more moves to come. I mean, tomorrow is Friday. Moves happen on Friday too. Stuff's always going on in the markets, even when the markets are quote unquote slow. Stuff is still going on. I had a team member earlier ask me, not ask me what to ask, but ask me, ask me about what's the best session to trade a certain pair. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Back when I first started, there was I needed to get up and trade London session because this is when the JPY move, not JPY. This is when the GBP moves, and this is when the Euro moves. And then I really started diving into the trend lines and then diving into the harmonics. And I realized that it doesn't matter what session I trade, either my harmonic pattern is going to complete or it's not. It doesn't matter if I'm trading USD during the Asian session. Oops. trading USD during the Asian session. Either it's going to complete or it's not. The session matters not. You're going to set your pending order. Your buy limit for this one would have been a buy limit. If you're selling it, it would have been a sell limit. Set your pending order. Let it do what it's going to do. Like, that's how it works. You don't have to wake up in the middle of the night to go get on London session unless you want to. That's how I live it, because I don't want to. I heard someone say, who's also trading, that you don't want to make trading. You don't want to leave your job to start trading just to make trading a full-time job. This should definitely be more passive than it is full-time. I'm actually on the charts maybe an hour a day, like in total, and that's not an hour straight. That's like me clicking through the charts and seeing what I see and seeing if I see a trend or seeing if I see a pattern, and then it's dropping it. Sometimes I'll go through the pairs and I'll see a pattern on every pair, and sometimes I go through the pairs and I don't see nothing. And if I don't see anything, I come back to it. And that's why I have so many different. Setups on these charts for, because some days I won't see anything, some days I'll see everything. It just depends. So if you come to charts one day, you don't see anything, don't stress yourself. Step away from it, come back. This is an old markup right here, very old markup. Still from when I was teaching though. Very old markup, but this is the last time I was on gold, and this pattern validated and then still went off for like crazy. This is very old right here. Like very, very old. But either way it go, I mean, we ate off this pattern right here too. Ate like crazy off that Gartley pattern right there on gold. And this is from way back in November. That's back when I was like, I want to say when I didn't lose a gold trade for 3-4 months straight. And even since then, since last August, I still only sent out 2 losing gold trades. 2 of them, 2 out of maybe 50, which is even crazy to even think about. But it's definitely doable, because gold is a very simple pair and it loves these trend lines. I was showing trend lines way back then too when I did this back in September. But with that being said, my name is Elmono Hamilton, and if you want to find me on any social media, it is at Modern Trades. My Instagram, my Facebook, my Telegram, my YouTube, everything is Modern Trades. And if you guys will happen to watch this video or rewatch this video, definitely like it and subscribe. I'm trying to grow this page up, so like it and subscribe to it. But you know what? That being said, if I'm in my words, my throat is dry. I will see you guys on my next session on Monday. I'm about to say Sunday. It's gonna be on Monday. But for you guys who are trying to get in my chat, definitely message me on Telegram so I can find you on there. So I see somebody's name on here right now, but I didn't write it down. But I will holler at you guys on the next one.